Hi, welcome to the second tutorial of our Draw Sember challenge. In this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how to draw this sculpture of Michelangelo's David using cross-hatching technique. So let's get started. I'm going to use this mechanical pencil with HB leads for this drawing because you don't need to sharpen it again and again. If you don't have a mechanical pencil, you can use your 3B pencil as well. It will work the same, but make sure to keep the tip sharp at all times. I'm going to draw this portrait using Loomis method. So first of all, I'm going to draw a freehand circle depicting the rough size of skull or head. You don't need a perfect circle in this case, but make sure the width and height are same. And then I'm going to draw an oval on the left to chop off the side of this sphere. Now divide the oval into 4 segments, but the lines would be rotated by a few degrees. Because as you can see here, the head is tilted upwards a little bit in the reference image. This specific angle of the face is counted as an extreme angle in Loomis method categories. So it's okay if you are not able to understand this completely. You can practice with front and side angles of Loomis method first to get a good grip of this technique, and then move on to difficult angles like this one. Or you can also use grid method for this drawing. Both the reference and grid reference images are available on my Patreon profile. Usually Loomis method has 3 segments on the front, but for these extreme angles I like to draw with 4 segments, but that's just my personal preference. So when you're done with the Loomis head, darken these shadowed portions of the face to give it a proper look, and also darken the outlines of the facial features. And when you're done with the outlining and the outlines roughly resembles the reference, you can go ahead and erase all the helping lines and stuff and lighten the harsh shadows. This step is not mandatory for realistic drawings, but as we are shading with cross-hatching technique in this drawing, I need a clean base to start with. Okay, so now I'm going to darken the outlines first and then use this same pencil to fill the shadowed portions with these parallel lines to resemble the dark and light shade. Basically, cross-hatching is a type of shading technique which artists use to draw parallel lines at 2 different angles, which cross one another to create the impression of light and shadows. This is what creates a hatched effect. Cross-hatching can be used to create different effects depending on the direction of the lines and the spacing between them. For example, close spaced lines will create a darker tone, while wider spaced lines will create a lighter tone. So by varying the spacing, direction and density of lines, you can create different impressions of light and shadow. Again, you are not limited to making perfectly straight and parallel lines. You can draw curved lines as well to fit the contours of the shape, etc. At first, I was okay with the results and everything, but you know me, I am more into realism and hyperrealism. It's not that I don't have patience, hyperrealism requires more patience than this. It's just that I was not very satisfied with the results it was giving after such a long exercise of adding parallel lines and stuff. But still, I really enjoyed this episode as a whole. And my main goal for this Draw Sember series was to get out of my comfort zone and try different mediums and techniques and all this stuff that I always wanted to try but couldn't get enough time or courage. My hand was so tired at this point that I took a brown charcoal and roughly filled all the hair and remaining areas and blended it with my finger to get a good resemblance of the reference image. At this point, David looked more like a Buddha statue, so I thought let's give him a new name. Anyways, I hope you learned something new from this quick tutorial. If you want to get the real-time version, you can visit my Patreon profile. Link is in the description. This Draw Sember series is a month-long challenge where I will upload one tutorial every other day. I get this a lot that my tutorials are not very beginner friendly, so I designed this series for absolute beginners so everyone can join me in this fun-filled drawing challenge. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.